on the rock.
I'm on the rock?
Mm-hmm.
Back up more or?
No, you can't back up more. If you back up more, you have to tilt it because, like I said, there's a divot right here. Can you give me all the other stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep going. Bad.
Too thick, too thick. It's fine. The other side looks so fat. I was wondering if you wanted to cook that one too.
Does it taste too much like tanjan?
No. It tastes strong of ginger. That's wet.
Huh?
It's hella wet.
Oh, is that yours?
This is mine, which is also hella wet. Bit more than 1 cup. Drive west on Camp Road. Over there alone.
Bear left onto Lake Spalding Road.